I want to just, I'm about to go into another segment of the prayer time, and I'm going to rehearse all this and go back because there are different points where you keep moving, where you can prayer could be your go-to. Prayer could be your go-to all the time. In other words, no matter what happens, you will go to what God said because you're praying that. So there's two more steps here out of all the things we talked about, because I'm putting it all together. There's a process that God takes us through to see how you're going to come out. How you're going to come out. Let's see, this was priority, but that ain't what I want anyway, man. I want this because this is where we are now. Yeah? Uh-huh.
Effectiveness in prayer requires and results in power.
It requires prayer, but it results in power. In other words, you're supposed to have power. Now, here's the explanation to that right quick. I'm going to just do that right, and I'm going to go back to the lesson to finish this. Come on, go ahead.
Power. Lack of effectiveness in and because of prayer makes it seem useless.
You read that again. They don't understand that. What? Lack of what?
Lack of effectiveness in and because of prayer makes it seem useless.
It makes it seem useless. That you don't see anything. You're just praying and you're praying and you're praying. But come on.
Without an effect, we tend to feel we do not have any good reason to pray, and so we find it easier to give up praying.
Okay, in other words, if you don't see nothing happen in your prayer, the power is not there, you'll give up. You'll give up. See, now, don't get carried away. You're going to have to wait. Some things are not going to be instant. So you're going to have to understand that. So you got to be balanced. And I'm trying to show balance because most Christians get out of balance. The word balance here, where you could stay in tune with God and don't go off into your emotions, your hype today, and the next day you're low. You could play handball with the curving. That's how low you is, but you've been way up there, and then begin. You're out of balance. So you got to be balanced. Come on, watch.
The prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective.
Okay, so we did that. We did that. That's what we've been dealing with. What Elijah and him being able to balance out after he says it's not going to rain. And let me see if you're going to be the one crying them 3 years. You don't talk to me. Since you predicted this was going to happen, you're going to go sit by that brook and that bird going to bring you some food. Yes, so you don't get this. You need to be woke up or something. You don't get this. See, it don't work like that. You're just psyching yourself, and then now you're going to lose courage. And then all that time you've been talking. Okay, that was the last place we were. Let's see. Okay, come on.
He saw himself as dependent on God.
Elijah saw himself dependent on God. See, he was dependent on God. Now, God proved that by this powerful miracle of no rain for 3.5 years, and nobody got no food, and you got to go sit where I tell you to sit. The bird don't come to the place where you think and feeling. The bird gonna come where I told you. Now, Elijah could have tripped out here and then, you don't get this, see, so you're still young, Juniorette. Junior, you're still young, so you don't get it. You don't understand how God works, so you better get it if you're going to keep running this race. Come on, got that? Good.
He knew that as the God of Israel lives, there was potential, and that gave him the confidence.
Okay, so you're going to have to learn, Now, we ain't going by what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're seeing. You're going to know that. I got to hurry. I ain't preaching no hour. Come on, go ahead.
And that gave him the confidence and power in prayer.
Because you got to have confidence. I see people pray, but they're weak. They're so weak in trusting God. You're supposed to be weak in knowing that you cannot do this in yourself. Don't get me wrong. But you're supposed to have power and the confidence in God. That's what it's for. Okay, that's all right.
We send energy in prayer when we rely on his presence, strength.
We get energy in prayer. So some people, it's drudgery to pray. Or they hollering because they're sad. There's no energy. You're supposed to have energy in prayer. And what? Come on.
When we rely on his presence, strength, and resources in our lives.
That's enough to hold you one day. That's to hold you one day right there, see? But we got to try to finish this. I got one more frame, and I got 4 minutes, man. I got plenty of time. Come on.
If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish.
Now you got to remain in him. Why would you think he said, because some people are not going to remain in him? They're going to drift away. So you're not going to remain right there. You're going to go into your own mind, your own thoughts, your own feelings, and that's what you're going to talk from. And when you start talking, you could hear it. Not in him, not in what he said. Come on.
Ask whatever you wish, and it will be given you. John 15, verse 7. Examine your heart.
Examine your heart. So you have to examine your heart, see, because he's after your heart. Your mouth is going to speak the abundance of your heart. There you go. So everybody didn't talk to me this morning. Come on, Elder.
What is your ambition in prayer? Is it about you accomplishing something for him, or is it about what God can do? Are you taking time to nurture?
Now, you see, you didn't understand that. See, you didn't understand that, see? See, what is this about? That's what he's after, trying to show you where you are. He already know. But this is why this going this way, he said. This is why this situation is going to go. We're going to find out where you really are. Where are you? Come on.
Are you taking time to nurture your walk with him? Aware of the difference his presence makes in a situation.
Are you aware? And now, I hear he say, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. That's what you quote. But it should make a difference in any situation. That should make the difference. You should know how, we know you know, how you respond and act in the situation. That's how we're going to know. We're going to know if you really believe that. Or you could shut your mouth because you ain't doing nothing but beating your gums. That's all you're doing, child. The situation show where you are. You read that again because maybe I'm tripping this morning and I'm going to be out in a minute. Come on, go ahead.
What is your ambition in prayer? Is it about you?
What is your ambition in prayer? What are you looking for now? See, now back up, because your praying is about you. What?
Is it about you accomplishing something for him, or is it about what God can do?
See, some people come in just because they want to accomplish something for God. Still wrong attitude. Still ain't got it. It's supposed to be what he can do, right? It's about him. Well, then I hear you say he can do all things. And then you could do all things through him that strengthened you. Huh? What he wants. Not what you want. It's going to have to be what he wants. So you got to settle your little self down to what he wants. Then it's going to be all right. Because whatever go down, I know he controls everything anyway. So it's what he wants. My part is being in line with him. If I can stay in line with him, I'm okay. I'm going to be all right. Now, it look like it's crooked. It don't look like it's going the right way neither. All right, that's what it looked like. You are into looks. You still don't get it yet. It's trusting him. Well, this prayer going to cause you to be able to trust him. And I think my time is up. Now, it helps you to rely on him, which is all this is about. Relying on him. Can you stand with me? Father, we thank you again. We thank you for your word. We thank you for the examples that you keep giving to try to help us to understand what it really is supposed to be about. Now we're asking once again today, the day that you've made, know what you're doing with your weather and everything at this hour. We thank you, and we only ask today, Lord, that you can help us to be able to stay in line with what you want. That's where the strength is. That's where the comfort is. That's where the power is. Now, no matter what it looked like, what it feels like, we know what you've said already, and we rely on you. We look forward that power will be able to keep us and protect us and give us, God, reason to pray more as we see how you do things. And I can testify year after year we've seen your hand move. When situations been real dim, real down. But that's how you help us to trust you more, because you keep moving in that way.